Welcome back, everyone, to your podcast, our podcast, the Popular Side Podcast. As always, that's Yinka Yusuf.
Good evening, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the show.
Oh, you brought back the brothers and sisters again. I like
it. Yes, I did.
And I'm Aki Adike. Yinka?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
I did. I'm good.
What is
you?
happening? I've been good. I'm tired, but I'm excited. We have
I can imagine.
Two more weeks to glory.
Part of the perks of being in Nigeria, right? All the stress you went through this weekend, you know the person that will have gone through the stress. It's not me.
My very good friend.
Your very good friend. Shams. Shams would have done
Mr. Shams
would have done the running around. But you.
So what are we talking about? What are we talking? Before we started recording, I was telling Yinka we're recording on Sunday. I was telling him I'm pooped. I'm wiped out. Kid had a game, 2 games this weekend. Drove from DC to Philadelphia, 3 hours to go, 3 hours to come back on Saturday, and then DC to York Town or whatever, different part of Pennsylvania. 2 hours to go, 2 hours to come back today. So my weekend is completely but I'm here. I do this for you all. Get a
passport and visa for Shams. You can go and be driving you around.
He'll be happy to do it.
I'm going to be driving you around the whole of US. Anyway.
Oh my God! Yeah, she will get a license soon, and then she'll be driving herself.
And she'll be driving herself.
And then she'll be supporting herself when she's playing.
Your reward is in heaven.
My reward is in heaven. All right, Yinka, we got a lot going on.
Yep.
I feel like leagues are ending. People are getting relegated. Coaches are coming in. Coaches are getting fired. There's a lot going on. So, shall we get into it?
Let's go.
Okay. So let's start with our worthy mentions. Last week, we talked about chaos at the Bernabéu. I'm really sad to report that there is still chaos at the Bernabéu.
There's still chaos.
They looked at last week and they were like, nah, that was child's play. Let's kick this thing into gear. Let's really kick it into gear. All right. So, Yinka,
yes, sir.
I will turn it over to you to
sir.
lay out who said what to whom, when, what does it mean? And I have a running clock, so I'll cut you off if you don't do it quickly, like you cut me off last week.
Noted. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Real Madrid had their final home game, I believe, last week
against.
I can't remember who they played.
I want to say Espanyol, but don't quote me.
I think it was Oviedo.
Real Oviedo. I think it was
Oviedo because I think I saw Santi. I might be mixing up games, but I think it was Oviedo. But that's not the important thing. Yeah. So Kylian Mbappé did not start the game. He was on the bench, and remember he didn't start last week. He didn't play last week in the Classico. You know. So after the game, the reporters got in front of him. They gave him the mic and they asked him, "Dude, what happened? Why didn't you start the game? You only came on for the last probably 5-10 minutes or thereabout. I can't remember." And Mbappe says, "I'm fine. I'm 100% fine. I didn't play because the coach told me I'm the 4th striker in the squad." And I'm like, okay, you could have just stopped that. I'm fine. What the coach told you is between you and the coach. It's not supposed to come out. That's not something you should be saying to the reporters unless you have an ulterior motive. Yeah?
What if it's true?
Hold on. I don't even care. Even if it is true or not, Akin, what stays in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? You don't let stuff, you don't say things, or you don't let the outside world know individual discussions that you've had. yeah, or even if there's anybody that has the right to say stuff like that, I would rather say it's the coach who's the head of the dressing room, not you, the player. Yeah. Anyway, so the same set of reporters, maybe not the same, but another set of reporters approached the coach and they said, you heard what Mbappe said? He said you told him he's the fourth striker in the squad now. And Arbeloa cheekily responded and he said, sorry guys, I don't have four strikers.
I wish I had four strikers, yeah.
So and Mbappe eventually came on. He was booed, by the way. And I understand there's a petition, the Madrid stars, the Madrid fans, I don't know the number now, I can check, Akin, but quite a number of people, a considerable number of people have signed that petition to get rid of him, right? I have bad news for those people. He ain't going nowhere. He is not going anywhere. As long as Florentino Perez is still the president of Madrid, who we will talk about shortly, Mbappe is not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere, okay. Right? Okay. So this whole thing follows the fisticuffs that happened in the dressing room the other time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that it got leaked, so there is a leak in the Madrid dressing room. So all these things are just is looking as if Madrid is, it's like it's a club in chaos, a club in turmoil. And to now make matters worse, we'll talk about this also later. They want to bring in the number one chaotic coach that we have in the world football to come and lead. Man, I don't know. Anyway, Akin, that's the situation. What do you? What's your take on this? Do you think Mbappe went too far, or do you think it's nothing and we should just move on?
No, it's not nothing. It's a lot. He went too far. Arbeloa went too far. So, let me just take my time on this one and say, I have a lot to say, but we don't have a lot of time. So here's the thing. I'm very worried about Kylian Mbappé, right? So this is what I mean. If Kylian Mbappé was a genius scientist, right, I wouldn't be as worried. You know why? You can be a genius at 17, at 27, at 37, at 47, at 57, if you are a scientist.
Yeah.
Right? I would argue that you still do your best work in your 20s as a creative, right? Yinka, I think you and I have talked about this before.
Yes.
The best singers in the world, they have their hits in their 20s, right? And then you live off of it for the rest of your life.
Yep.
We can name names, but it holds everywhere, right? Your best hits come in that's your most creative in your 20s, maybe early 30s. And then you live off of it for the rest of your life. But I'm very worried about Kylian Mbappé because he's now 27. If you're not a leader at 27, you're not going to be a leader. He has 5 more years with medical science. He has 5 more years at the top, right? You're not going to be the best player on the team at 37. Case in point, Lewandowski down the road from him.
Yeah.
Right? So he has, if he's lucky with knees and ankles and Achilles's, he has 5 more years to be in his prime. And that's how fast life comes at you, Yinka. One day you're a child prodigy. The next day you're 27. The day after that you're 32 and you're done. So I'm very worried about him. It was 2 years ago that we were having the Mbappe or Henry debate.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. Henry won. Like Yinka and I told you, Henry won. Right? So now, for those who are going to come out and talk about stats, let me remind people who follow us what we said, especially me, at the beginning of this season.
Yeah.
Yinka said they were going to win. Yinka and I both agreed that this guy will have an inconsequential, Pichichi season. He's going to win the Pichichi. We knew that.
Yep.
But it's going to be inconsequential. As of today, he has scored 41 goals in about 43 maybe matches. And no one remembers a single one of them. And they haven't won. They've gone 2 years in a row now, not winning a trophy. Now, at At Man United, at Arsenal, at Liverpool, that may not be a big deal. At Barcelona and Real Madrid, that is like hell on earth. You know, heads have to roll, right? So how do you have Mbappe mostly healthy most of the season?
Yeah.
And you don't win anything. You know, like they're not winning, even minor cups, they're not winning. You know, even World Club Cup, they didn't win. You know what I'm saying? So this is a big disaster in the making, right?
Yeah.
So to your point, you said it's not going anywhere. I don't know. You know, it may come to a point, Yinka, where he makes his position so untenable, right? So untenable. And I feel like they're getting there. So and I know we're going to talk about the coaching and everything, but they have three big problems. They have a Vini problem, they have a Mbappe problem, they have a Bellingham problem. They're three most obviously talented players. I don't want to call them the best players, but they have, you know, copious amounts of talent, cannot coexist together. Three different managers have tried and cannot meld them together into a cohesive unit, right? Ancelotti tried, Xabi Alonso tried, Arbeloa has tried. It hasn't worked. So very disappointed in Mbappe. He's not showing leadership. One, look, you can go on a yacht, whatever. You can go on vacation on your one day off. That's fine, right? But you shouldn't come back 12 minutes before a game. That's number one, right? Like you said, whatever the coach says to you, you don't need to say it back to anyone. And the coach said, I did not say that. I've never said that before. I don't think anything was lost in translation. Mbappe speaks really, really good Spanish. Well, there was more things he said when they're like, hey, did you watch whatever coverage on TV? He's like, when I'm in my house, I watch French TV. I don't watch Spanish TV. I thought that was hilarious. He also said he had left the training ground and missed the fisticuffs that you talked about. So he's just talking and talking and talking. And I'm like, he's talking like a man who wants to leave his job, Yinka. He wants to leave his job. But let's put a pin on it and let's continue with the other topic. Go ahead, Yinka.
So,
please.
Time out. I agree with most of the things you said.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's talking like someone that wants to leave. He's talking like someone that knows that the only person that can get rid of him is Florentino Perez, and
That's
Perez will never get rid of him. And he also knows that if he leaves Madrid, no sane club, the only other club that could have paid him or that can pay him what he's earning at Madrid currently is the club he left.
No, the old PSG. The new PSG doesn't.
No. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. So there is no other person that will pay him those wages unless you do what? You agree to a pay cut. So he knows he's not going anywhere. And they asked him, even at the press conference, they asked him, are you leaving Madrid? He said, no, I'll be here next season. The only reason why he will say that is because he knows that Perez is behind him. Perez defended him. Perez said, we brought him here to score goals. And he scored goals. So you said Madrid have 3-player problems. No, Madrid only have one problem. They have a Florentino Perez problem. No, they have a Perez problem. The problem is not on the pitch. The problem is Perez. You had the chance to lay down the law with Xabi Alonso and not buckle to the players. You messed up. And that's where the problem is. And that is where they will not get out of this stuff. Right, you're bringing a crazier person in José Mourinho, right?
Talk about that.
And you're not going to give him, which maybe this is a perfect segue into the Perez situation, because that's the next point that we have on the agenda. Okay. Right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Florentino Perez, like you said earlier before we started, Akin says there's a reason this man does not grant interviews, right? And we all saw why they don't let him talk, because this guy does not have a valve. It doesn't have a mesh. Once he opens it, it's go time. He said all sorts in his interview. A couple of things that matter, or a couple of things that I want to bring to your attention, right? He said, they asked him, what's your relationship with Barcelona? He said, completely over. Right? I don't want to have anything to do with a club that has been bribing referees for 2 decades. I want the justice system to take action. Yeah? That's what he said, verbatim. They asked him about the Vini contract. Said, but I'm not the one who resigns players. To me, Vinicius is one of the best players in Real Madrid has. He won the last 2 Champions League. You seem to think I'm in charge of everything, but that's something the sporting director has to handle. I'm like, dude, you cannot tell me that when it comes to signing players in Madrid, you don't have a say. That the sporting director is the one that decides who signs players. Really? In Madrid? Come on now, Mr. Perez. Come on, right? You can say that. And like I said earlier on, they asked him about Mbappe. He said Mbappe scored 20-something goals. He's done his job. If only, I'm paraphrasing now, if only other people could do their jobs the way he's done his job. Which is why I tell you, Mbappe has Perez's backing. Mbappe is not going anywhere. Yeah? But what's your take on Perez and what he said about Barcelona? Because Barcelona, they responded to him, right?
Yeah.
I want to hear your perspectives on this. What do you think?
No, for me, it's reckless, it's defamatory. That's not how the head of a club should be speaking. If you know something, talk to La Liga,
absolutely
give your statement. That's, for me, it's way, 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 way just ridiculous. Should not be happening. He's mad because they didn't win anything.
Absolutely.
For the second year in a row. But if it's true, then you should be making a real complaint. And knowing him, if it was true, it would be making a complaint. So for me, it's just not befitting of the head of a big club. Very disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has it in for Barca. So some other things that it said, the legal action from Barcelona said they'd be wise to do so. If they think they have to sue us, I haven't heard about the Negara case until 3 years ago. The first to come forward as a victim is Real Madrid. That's when I realized that Barcelona had been paying for over 2 decades. That's paying referees. Yeah. It said, so they asked him, so what's your perspective on the court judging Negara case in his favor? He said, I think so. Next week we'll submit all the documentation from the past years to AFA, 500 pages. That's what he has. It's very important documentation. Year after year, we've documented every point they've shamelessly taken away from us. This year, they've taken between 16 and 18 points from us. Seferin has told us that we are within our rights. So he seems to think that the refs have taken points of them. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, the refs favor the 2 of you. The refs favor both of you. It is you guys against the rest of the pack.
The rest of the world.
It's you guys against I'm even saying in Spain.
Yeah.
You guys, it is Barca against the rest of Spain. If they had their way, they will be playing El Classico every week at this point. No, I'm serious. No, but this is just ridiculous coming from Perez.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's actually really sad to see like adults in positions of responsibility, acting like children. So, okay.
Anyway,
one more leg of this crazy Real Madrid stool.
Yes, sir.
José Mourinho. So I have my theory. We talked about this last week, so we won't spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
I have my theory. I'm hoping against hope.
Yeah.
That this is Mourinho's camp pushing this, and it's not real.
It is real.
And it's no. I know it's real. I'm hoping that it's some kind of ruse. And you know why? The reason I say this. So apparently there are 2 people in contention. Is Jose Mourinho or Jurgen Klopp, right? So they want one or the other. In my opinion, Jurgen Klopp is a builder. He comes in, he builds your program. We saw it at Liverpool. We saw it at Dortmund. We know what it's about. He's a builder and he's a winner. Jose is a siege mentality kind of guy. It's us against the world. Everybody hates us. Everybody's against us. This, that, and the other. To his credit, pretty much all the players who ever played for him, except 1 or 2, love him. Also, they say. Right? Or so they say, right? To his credit. Because again, that's siege mentality, right? But it's not a program builder. It's not going to leave you better than he met you. That is not going to happen, right? And when was the last time he was a great manager, coach, whatever you want to call it? He's been treading water for, Fenerbahce, nothing. Did he win the title at Fenerbahce? No.
No.
He didn't.
No.
You know, Benfica?
I think he went the season unbeaten in Benfica. I'm not sure whether their league is over. I can check, but go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, what are you getting by going back to Mourinho? I hope it's a ruse. I hope it's not true. I think it would just be really sad. For a once great club, in my opinion. So your quick thoughts, and we move on.
So league is over. Porto won the league. Benfica came third. Benfica came third, and
they came third in a 3-team league. Yinka.
And like I said, they didn't lose any game.
Okay,
and they came
that's
third.
fine.
They won 23. They drew 11.
It's a 3-team league, though.
Yeah,
it's a 3-team league.
So I guess
it's like our friends.
I guess we can call him invincible, can we?
It's invincible. It went undefeated. It's like our friends at Man U who came third in a two horse race.
Yeah,
and they're celebrating.
Yeah, but back to the Mourinho matter before we move ahead to the other coaching rumors that we have. Yeah. I hear you, but I can actually think it's Perez, right? Looking at, I need a matured manager, right? Do you understand? Who was I can't get Ancelotti is comfortable in Brazil. Zinedine Zidane is waiting for the France job so that I can take over as the head coach of France. So what worked in the past, right? All this nonsense that these players are doing, I want somebody that I can bring in that will maybe not really bring in discipline. I'm trying to justify why Perez will say Mourinho is his candidate because talks have started. In fact, the problem now is whether or not Benfica will be willing to let him go. They have to pay off Benfica. That might be the only stumbling block. If Mourinho were to be available and not have a job or a contract running, they will have probably announced him as the new Real Madrid manager for next season. So I don't get it. I don't understand the chaos that you currently have. When you have this when there's chaos like this, you get a fire extinguisher to kind of, bring it down. You don't go get gasoline and poison.
An accelerant.
And Mourinho, calling Mourinho a gasoline and accelerant is an understatement. We need to find a worse adjective to qualify him as that. A situation that is not chaotic, Mourinho will introduce chaos into it. Yeah, because that's where he thrives, So I just hope that this combination, all these dynamics, all these moving parts, I hope it's not just going to mess Real Madrid up a lot more next season.
It will.
Right? Now,
it will. No doubt
having said that, Akin, you said Mbappe will most likely leave. I think it's
not most likely, but I think it's possible that he leaves. Yeah.
So I think it's Vinny. I think it's Vinny that will leave.
Vinny's gone.
I think Vinny's gone.
Vinny's gone. And Vinny doesn't make as much money as Mbappe.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Not nearly as much.
No.
Vinny's gone.
That's part of the reason why he wants to leave also. So you guys, what's the major difference between the two of us that the big disparities? Yeah,
big
is that high? Yeah.
Big difference. Big difference. They're not the same player. I'm sorry, Vinny. I love Vinny, but it's not Mbappe. It's not. It's not, Yinka. Don't do that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Not.
But you can, in the same vein, say, so you're looking at it from a playing perspective only, right? Let's talk about impact also. Vinny will say, I've been good. I've been okay, right? The person that has been problematic is when this guy came in that the problems all started for us. Yeah? You know?
Yeah.
So
but you know why? You know why? They didn't figure out, the management should have figured out how we're going to play, right? If Mbappe is going to play, stick him up front and tell him to stay up front.
That's not going to work. It's not going to work. Anyway, enough of Real Madrid. So Mourinho to Real, good luck to them. So former Real Madrid coach Xabi Alonso, we understand. We've seen the news. It's almost guaranteed.
It's real. It's real.
That Alonso is going to Chelsea.
That's confirmed by Chelsea. They've told the players it's confirmed. Yeah.
Oh, they've told the players already. Okay, so Akin, I will let you.
It's announced. Okay.
You just talk about this. I don't know what's going on. Before I blow my casket, go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So number one, I think we both think Xabi Alonso is a really good coach. He was a legendary player. That's not hyperbole. He's a really good coach. Before we say, it was just the Bundesliga, Leverkusen were like in the close to the bottom three before the season he took over, and he took them to the title, undefeated. They did fall flat on their face, in the finals of the Europa League, but it is what it is. That's a tournament. Anything can happen. One off, whatever. But they won the double that year. They won the double. They won the domestic cup as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they didn't hold on to their players, whatever. Okay. It is what it is. So that happened. I didn't think it was the right fit for Real Madrid. I said it at the time. I'm not surprised. I think would have been better suited for Barcelona. But again, it is what it is. I'm afraid that it's going into another toxic situation. I think it's a better fit for Liverpool than a Chelsea. Now, I don't know if Liverpool would do their coach or not, Arne Slot or not. If they were going to do their coach, this is a ready-made replacement. Here's the problem with Chelsea. So a couple things to announce, right?
Yeah.
He will have the manager title. No one has had the manager title since Mourinho, right? Everyone else has been a head coach. So this is a signal. No, hold on. It matters, right? So it's a signal that they will give up some control, not all, because the Chelsea hierarchy still think they're God's, blessing to football. And they will change everything. And, just 2 days ago, they brought in a coach that was going to change everything. And now he's fired. And home counting is 24 million pounds. So let them keep thinking it, right? But he will have a manager title, which means they've come to some kind of middle ground on he wants a lot of control. They want zero control from considered to him. Somewhere in the middle is where the manager will live, right? So it starts July 1st. I'm sure he will have a say in whoever they're bringing in going forward. I don't think it's going to work. He's a really good coach. I think it's too toxic. I don't think it's going to work. I can't wait to see it. But if they don't get it, if they don't get in Europe, it will have plenty of time. It might have 3 weeks between games, like our friends at Man U had this season. So get ready for Player of the Year, Caicedo next season. That's my take.
Well said, right? I think you've captured my thinking in terms of, can he survive or can he flourish with the chaos, right, that is going on at Chelsea? Will Chelsea adapt to him, or will Chelsea swallow him? Right? And if I'm him, I'm also thinking that this environment is crazy right now. But at the same time, I would want some insurance from a payment standpoint. Yeah? Which I'm sure, unless his lawyers are crazy.
4 years. He got 4 years. So
So he gets his 4 years. So if he gets fired, he gets his 4-year contract anyway. Yeah? But this is the thing for Chelsea. So once again, Chelsea, they have a boardroom problem. You had finances and you mismanaged the whole thing. I don't think they're going to make Europe next season, so they're going to be playing a game a week. Yeah?
Yeah.
If they're playing a game a week, it will only mask the issues with Chelsea and also give Alonso the opportunity or more wiggle room to be able to manage the dysfunction. But there needs to be a complete club re-engineering at Chelsea. In the sense that you really need to look at what you call your assets, especially since you've been making significant losses, from a financial statement standpoint. You need to look at your team and decide whether or not some players will have to go and those that will have to stay. Yeah? There are some players that they've bought that have no business being at Chelsea.
No value.
No business whatsoever. Yeah? So the question is, are they going to give Alonso, you said they've called him a manager, right? Instead of a coach.
Head coach.
So does that mean that he will be in charge of, these are the players I want, these are the players I want to get rid of?
On paper. Yes, on paper. That's what it means.
So if that is what, that's why when you said manager, coach, I'm like, I don't care. The name is none of my business. The nomenclature is the least of my problems. It is the power you give the guy. Yeah, it is the power you give the guy. If it's Todd Bowley and the other clowns up there that are still that are deciding, we need to get Bruno Gittins and we need to get rid of Madueke, or we need to get rid of somebody and bring in Garnacho. If they are the ones making these footballing decisions, then bring back Ferguson. Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. So that's my perspective on this. Yeah. And I'm sure Liverpool fans will be a bit disappointed. Yeah. In the sense that they'll be like, we really, 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 really wish, right, that we got Alonso. That Alonso actually, came to Liverpool. Because they also had that window. They were seriously contemplating either getting rid of, what's his name? Arne Slot. They were seriously contemplating getting rid of Arne Slot. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they did not. They're probably going to stick with him.
It could still happen.
But
the season is not over.
This was their window.
Well, right? But the season's not over.
Because I thought it was if they're going to fire him, it was going to be Xabi that they were going to get. It was going to be Alonso that would have come in. That's what I thought.
We'll see. Steven Gerrard is out there. So,
but Gerrard his CV has not been good.
I know. I understand. But
or maybe they want to get Iraola, right?
But, or the next one we're going to talk about, they might be looking at Man U and saying, if this guy at Man U could work his magic, maybe Gerrard can do the same for us. Or Iraola, like you say.
Maybe.
Or Iraola. Yeah.
Liverpool also, you saw what Salah came up with. Salah came up with scathing remarks, right? Yeah. About the whole style of play. I think he's just saying, well, since I'm out of here, he's throwing the middle finger to these guys. I'm like, you guys you don't know what you're doing. But going back to Xabi Alonso and Chelsea, I don't think it's a good fit. The only positive I see is he's young, the players are young, they can grow together. But Todd Bowley is not, that's not his mindset. That's not the way he's thinking. Yeah. So I agree with you. I hope this works. Yeah, because I actually like Xabi Alonso, but I'm not really a fan of Chelsea. So if it doesn't work, I'll be happy, frankly. Yeah, but it just doesn't fit. It's like
even personality wise, it doesn't make sense to me. But it is what it is. But
it is what it is. Yes, sir.
Real quick, since we're on Arne Slot and you mentioned Salah, I hate to do it, but I think we must revisit. We must rethink what we believe about that championship they won. I think that was a Mo Salah championship. It wasn't an Arne Slot championship. No, but the more I think about it, I'm like, because if you think about at the beginning of the season, or the off season when Slot got there, the problem was they can't really defend, right? At the end of the season when they won, they considered the fourth most goals ever for a champion in the Premier League era, right? Yeah, fourth most goals ever, right? So he didn't really do anything all season to fix that defense. And now they're falling apart completely. Yeah. Right? Now they're falling apart. Now this is the most goals they've ever conceded in the Premier League era with one game to go. Yeah. Right? So he hasn't done anything to this defense.
So,
you with me?
Akin, it's like, let's say I'm not an assassin, but you see movies where you see movies where you want to kill 4 people and all of them line up behind each other. So you can just take one shot and just fire everybody. That's what happened for Slot, right? Everything worked for him last season. Yeah? And I agree with you. Salah was on fire. Luis Diaz was on fire.
But he didn't like him.
He didn't like him. But the gap to you, if they had Luis Diaz this season, they won't be struggling the way they're struggling. I'm sorry. Yeah. Because that fear, people feared Liverpool when they were playing Liverpool because they had Salah and Diaz, you know. And also, the only tweak he did to that team was he started playing Gravenberch. Now I'm beginning to think playing Gravenberch was just a nationality thing. He's like, this is my countryman, I have to play him, right? Yeah. Because when he now decided, you know what, now let me imprint my tactical blah 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 on this team. Then we saw what happened. The team didn't take it in very well. Yeah. And also this is coinciding with the year where Van Dijk is having his fall off, right? Salah having his fall off. You bring in people and they didn't click as well. So last year he had everything going on for him, and this year it was his time for him to really do his job and manage. And it was found out. That's the way I see it.
You know,
it was found out.
It was the RVP, you know, one last hurrah for Ferguson.
For Ferguson.
That's the season.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't see, I don't know why we didn't see it. Like, I think this is also another reason where we've underrated or overlooked Mo Salah in a way. Of course, we talked about him. He had a great season, but it was almost like he had a great season as a compliment to like this all-conquering team. They were not all-conquering.
Yeah.
Defense wasn't good. That defense was not good last year. Yeah. And if you think about it, McAllister has fallen off the cliff completely. Completely falling off, you know?
But you know why they're falling off the list, off the cliff? It's because that offense is not as potent as, going back to your Salah point, it's not as potent as it was last year. Last year, you could do everything. One diagonal from Van Dijk to Diaz or to Salah, and it's 1-0.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And it's 1-0. So the defense was always not that good. So the defense got worse this year, right? Yeah. And then the offense too got worse. And the new players that they thought they brought in to jumpstart, nothing, right?
Yeah.
Flop of the season, guaranteed. Anybody that is doing flop of the season and they don't have Florian Wirtz as number one, they should be flogged. Is the undisputed flop of the season. Undisputed flop of the season. Yeah? So, Slot found out, significantly found out. I hope. So, Aki, I saw a picture recently of this guy, Isak. Aki, if you see his right knee, God, it doesn't look normal. And one under the comments, so quote unquote, he says he's a doctor. I don't know whether it's true or not. I think he actually is, because the guy actually makes comments on sporting people's injuries and stuff. So I know the guy. I don't know him, but I know his handle. Yeah. The guy said this guy can never be at 100% speed again. By mere looking at the knee, said pace. There's going to be a drop in pace. I hope he comes back next season fit and the rest of it, but man, it didn't look good. It didn't look good. Yeah? Let's move on. Carrick to United. Quickly, what do you think?
Probably the best they could do. Probably the best. He earned it. He lost very, very few games. He played the boardroom game really well. I've listened to people who should know, insiders, who said this is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's not an emotional guy. He's not a overly expressive guy. Players respect him. He commands respect. He coaches like he played. It was a very, very, very good player, in my opinion. I wouldn't call him like a great, world-class player or anything, but was a really, really, really good player who did the basics. He just did the basics really, really well. So I like him as a player. I liked him as a player. I've liked him so far as a coach. He's not over-elaborating. He's not over-coaching. and he's just letting the players be what they are. And for me, he won my respect when he just did the most basic thing. Bring Mino back into the fold and play Bruno Fernandes where Bruno Fernandes has always excelled. End of story. This is not hard.
You said it perfectly.
Do the basics.
You said it perfectly. He's coaching the way he played, right?
Yeah.
He's a basic, no force player. He doesn't. Yeah. He's not too fanciful. Exactly the way he's coaching right now. Yeah. So my concern is everything is rosy right now, right? You're playing one game a week. Everybody's okay. Your squad is fit. Yeah, it's half the season. There's also what I call IGG for those that have been listening to our program.
Initial gra-gra.
Initial gra-gra. So that is my worry here. By the time you're in Champions League next season, you'll be playing week in, week out, right? This is your first window that you will be in charge of. Player acquisition and the rest of it. Yeah? Let's see. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because the same problem that United, that Chelsea have in terms of boardroom is the same problem that United also have in terms of boardroom. They make some questionable decisions at times and you're wondering what the hell are you doing? But yes, if I were to be in charge of United, I would have given Carrick. Yeah? I would have given Carrick the job.
Yeah.
Like you said, he earned it. Yeah? He came in, he stabilized everybody, just do the right thing. No square peg in round holes or vice versa. Just let everybody play where they're supposed to play. If it means somebody will go to the bench, then go to the bench.
Go to the bench.
Go to the bench. I'm not doing all these, player Aman that, what do you call it? Right wing back.
Right wing back,
play. No. We're going back to 4-3-3, right?
Yeah.
Everybody cannot play. If Sheshko, bench. Bruno, you are my attacking, you are my cam all day, every day. Kobe Mino and Casemiro. Kobe Mino, you are my 8. Casemiro, you are my 6. Simple. No flaws. Just keep it simple. Harry Maguire looks like a proper defender now. All of a sudden.
I mean, let's not get too crazy now, but okay.
You know? No. But seriously. Harry Maguire all of a sudden look playable. It looks playable. He's going to go to the World Cup now, isn't he? He will.
I mean, I don't care about England, so I hope he goes to the World Cup.
Anyway, enough football. Let's cross over to the playoffs.
All right. So let us talk about the NBA playoffs. A lot has happened in the past week. I believe as of this time last week, were we playing game 4, the Knicks?
Yes, we were.
Okay, and we were beating somebody silly, like what was it, 30 points? Yeah, it was. So that did happen. I don't remember whether the game ended before our episode ended. But guess what, Yinka? We haven't played in a week
because the other two are still beating themselves up.
Because the other two are still playing. So for me, it's very simple. I'll keep this very simple. If you intentionally, not by mistake, not under duress, no one put a gun to your head. In this year of our Lord 2026, you intentionally write a check for millions of dólares americanos, American dollars, to a certain James Harden to play basketball for you. You deserve every bad thing that happens to you, right? You deserve it. He's had 2 good playoff games in 2 series, right? They won. So Cleveland just won their first game on the road in the playoffs.
Oh, is the game over?
No, not this one. I'm talking of game 5.
Oh, because there's game 7 coming up. I think it's today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is late. It's late. I think it starts late. Late. But I'm saying game 5. They played Toronto in the first round and did not win in Toronto.
Yeah.
Right? And Toronto is like a rebuilding team that was just hastily put together.
Yeah.
Right?
All they have is
bad. And against this Detroit team with some issues, they didn't win on the road until game 5. That's my point.
And it wasn't even him, was it?
Not really.
Exactly.
Not really.
It was Spider.
So, but anyway, they coughed up game 6. And now they have to go win on the road again in game 7. So good luck to them. I would rather play Cleveland. That is me personally, right? Detroit beat up on the Knicks in the regular season. But the Knicks have shown a different side of themselves. I think the coach has made some adjustments in the playoffs. There's, a friend of mine was talking about how the number of ISOs has gone up from 71% to 51%. Brunson is not just like in a corner pounding the ball anymore. Cat is, averaging like however many assists, the highest is ever averaged, So there's something going on. There's the more dynamic balls zipping around, we're passing more, we're playing fast, and we're still playing blistering defense. So I feel pretty good about either of them, but I also like a team that will beat themselves. And I think Cleveland would beat themselves a lot more likely to do that than Detroit. So what's your take?
I put in this session just for you so that you can gloat about your Knicks.
I did that last week. I'm
absolutely
good.
Nothing to add. You know why? Because my old man Bron and his team were swept. Right?
As predicted.
In fact, they were vacuumed. This one is not swept. They were vacuumed by OKC as predicted by myself. Yeah.
By you.
And the whole world is saying, you can't blame Bron. You can't blame a 41-year-old. I said, I don't care about the age. I don't even care about the age. You are taking 50 million of the cap space. Dude, whether you're 9, you're 18, you're 75, I don't care. I don't care.
You're speaking like a fan, not an analyst.
50 something million is what you're taking off the cap space. Have you delivered 50 something million worth of whatever on the court? Off the court, I get it. You are larger than life. You are Braun. I get it. But on the court, did you deliver 50 something million worth?
Always the highest paid player in the NBA this season.
Who? Tell me, is it not the Shea? I think it's Shea. I can't remember.
No.
Who is it?
No. Shea is nowhere near.
What?
It's
these new contracts?
Yeah, maybe. It's a certain point guard, or so he calls himself, in the Bay Area, Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
You people's goats.
Steph.
Yes. Is he anywhere near the playoffs?
Is he anywhere near? No, he's not.
Okay. So you all need to leave LeBron alone. Okay?
No.
He makes what he makes.
The same thing goes to Steph. The same thing goes to Steph. That is my point. See, I'm not. This is what do they call it? There's equality in this ass whooping.
In this sub.
I don't in this sub. I'm not biased or whatever. Yeah. You need to play to your cap. You need to play to the amount that you're taking off the cap.
Unfortunately, I hear you. So, Yinka, I think in the summer, when in the off season, we should have a special NBA episode again where we can talk about all these crazy idiosyncrasies of the American system. You know me, I'm very anti-cap. I think it's ridiculous, especially now that the owners have never been richer. Millionaires used to be able to own clubs. Now the players are millionaires. The owners have to be billionaires or you can't buy a club, right?
Yeah.
So it makes no sense that you're trying to save a billionaire from overspending. That is stupid on so many levels. Let them pay the players whatever they want to pay them. But we won't go into that today. We'll talk about that in the offseason. So I hate the cap. I think it's bad for basketball. I think it's awful. I think the talent pool is so limited, right? If everybody wants to play for the Lakers, let them all go. And then they'll fight over playing time and water will find its level.
Now.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you want to pay 5 people 50 million and you can afford it, God bless you, do it. Like Austin Reeves, you really want to pay Austin Reeves $270 or $250 million?
Someone else will pay him. That's the point.
Let and then someone else will regret when he can't guard anybody.
Someone else will play
you know
him.
what I'm saying? So and he can't deliver for you. And it was undrafted for a reason. This is not the NFL. You don't go in the NBA. You don't go from undrafted to indispensable or indispensable. Let me not misspeak. You don't.
Yeah.
This is not the NFL. There's a reason it was undrafted. It's not good.
I will remind you. I'll remind you this when Jalen Brunson wins you the chip. I will tell you to come and
It wasn't undrafted.
Just said that.
It wasn't undrafted.
But it might as well. It might as well have been undrafted, man.
It's not the same,
right?
It's not.
Might as well have been undrafted, man.
Is way better than Reeves. Don't do that. Okay.
No. Hold on, right? I hear you, right? But this is Reeves' fifth year in the league. Yeah. Brunson, Dallas, understudy. Then
we're talking about when they came up for big money. How good were they?
So when did Brunson get his big money? You know what? Don't let's go too off tangent.
Sorry, with the Knicks. Yeah, with the Knicks. That's
okay.
it. But
let's go too off tangent. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
But before
do we care about the West? Yeah, go on.
Before we move on, quick one, right? So who do you think is coming out of the East, and who do you think is coming out of the West?
Okay. So my original prediction was Nuggets, Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, I look so silly now. So I think the Knicks will win the East. I'm very confident about it. And I hope we play Cleveland. Unfortunately, I think we will play Detroit. I think Detroit will give us more trouble. But I think we'll beat Detroit in 6. That's what I think. I think we'll beat them in 6. That's what I think.
Home court is Detroit.
They're the number 1 seed. They're the number 1 seed.
You need to get a game or two in Detroit.
And then we need to close it out in New York in game 6.
In New York.
That's what I think will happen.
All right.
Now, how do I put this? Let me say this very delicately. I am not a fan of Victor Wembanyama. I will never call him by his nickname because for me, he's a stick figure who is a novelty. Let me finish. I'm not going to call it. Whatever you people call him, call him. I will call him by the name his mama gave him. It's Victor Wembanyama, right? This guy is good.
I'm going to call him Vic.
This guy is good because there's no good center play in the NBA anymore. Okay? Because for 20 years, there were no centers in the league, right? So that's why a stick figure can come in and quote unquote dominate. For me, it's insulting. Right? So I'm just not gonna wax poetic about this guy who should be getting broken in 2 on every play. But the league is just so, it irks me. For me, it's a novelty, like averaging a triple-double by, what's his name? Russell Westbrook. He did it once, he won the MVP. He did it the second time, nobody blinked. Nobody blinked, Yinka. He won an MVP off of averaging a triple-double. The whole world erupted. And then he did it again the next year. They're like, it's a novelty. So that's my take on Victor Wembanyama.
Okay.
So having said that, it will be OKC versus the Knicks. And I like our chances.
Okay. So I'll be a good friend and I will agree with you. I think the Knicks have they've gone through more than enough. I think it's high time they want something. Yeah. So I'm a Knicks fan till the rest of the playoffs. And because I don't like OKC, I don't like the way they play. Not that I don't like the way they play. They play good basketball at the same time they play dirty, corny basketball. And I didn't watch all the games. Yes, they would have beaten Lakers either way. But there are some things they do that I believe you guys are too good to be doing this. Do you understand my point? This is not, it's too bad. And the refs kind of just buy into everything and I didn't like it. Now, talking about Wembanyama quickly, I agree with what you said. So what you're saying is he has so many deficiencies that if he had a proper center, that proper center will show him Pepe. Yeah, I get that. But also, whoever that proper center is, he will also give that proper center headache. You get what I'm saying? If you have somebody that tall that can shoot the three or blow by you, centers are not fast now. All he will do is just say, give me the ball at the top of the key. That's all. He will give whoever center you're talking about as much headache as they will give him. That's what I'm saying.
Because you can't touch them. You can't bump them anymore. You can't do anything. That's the issue.
Good point. So I don't want to talk about the rules. Even I've been in those days, the way he is and the fact that he can shoot, centers don't like it when you are too far away from the basket.
I hear you.
If I'm the coach and I have a shark against him, I just tell him top of the key every point in time.
Yeah.
If he dares you to shoot it. If he comes too close, blow by him. They're not fast.
And then Shaq would only have one time to smack him down and he never gets up again. So exactly, that's my point.
Exactly. Or Shaq too will always say, just back into him when it's close enough to the. It will foul out in less than only God. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm saying it is. There are pros and cons to Wembanyama, and with the current era of basketball, like you said, is unique. It's very, very unique.
It's very offensive to me.
But it is what basketball is currently.
I don't like
it. It is what it is currently.
Shaq used to make people cry, Yinka. I mean, grown men, come on.
But it's the same thing. This young man too is making people cry in a different way. Oh. That's what I'm saying. It's just that I like Shaq as a center. I liked Ewing as a center. I like Akeem Olajuwon as a center. Yeah. Right? Not all these point guys that are 7 foot that are masking as centers. That is what Wembanyama is. But I'm not gonna hold him to it or say it's his fault. It is the nature of the game right now, Akeem. It is the nature of the game. Everybody wants to do step back threes. Anyway, so good luck to your Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan from now to the end of the playoffs.
All right. Yinka, we must.
Yes, sir.
We're almost at time, so we must quickly zip through because all the leagues are over next week. A week from today, all the leagues are over.
And all the leagues are decided, Aki.
Okay, so let's quickly go
except
through.
the EPL. The only thing I want to talk about, French League, PSG played today. They lost away to Paris FC, the other Parisian team.
Yeah.
Ousmane Dembele he limped off 25 minutes into the game. And once that happened, PSG just looked around and said, who else is a key player that is playing? Yeah, come. So Kvaratskhelia started. They said, yeah, guy, come, go and sit down. So they
come and sit right next to me.
Come and sit next to me. They more or less brought everybody out. Yeah. So that's the only interesting thing that happened outside of the EPL. Yeah. So let's just run through the EPL sharp.
But hold on, Yinka. So
yes, sir.
I want us to go through and say, is the league decided? Who won it? So is Ligue 1 decided, even though they lost?
Yes, PSG won. They're
decided. Okay.
Decided.
Okay.
Yeah.
So PSG. Okay. The Bundesliga has been decided for
Bayern,
the only important thing that happened, Michael Olise won Player of the Year. So for the Bundesliga, which is amazing. Yeah. I mean, this time last year, nobody was talking about this kid. So I'm so happy for him. It's amazing. And it's crazy to me. Like I saw the celebrations, how his personality is coming out, because he never used to speak. He never used to say anything. I love what I'm saying coming out of him. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 2. Milan, that's been done for a while. It's done. Nobody can come back, right? That's
Inter
done.
Champions,
Inter is done. We talked about Barcelona. That was done 2 weeks ago.
Champions, yep.
But champions. And they lost Barcelona. No, did Barcelona lose last week? Or did I make that up? It doesn't matter.
Barcelona played today. They played Sevilla today.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
They won last week too. They won
last week. Okay.
Yeah.
And now, see, that was a quick zip. And now we talk about the EPL.
Yes.
So, the FA Cup happened on Saturday. Drab affair, very drab, but won by a moment of absolute magic by Antoine Semenyo. If anyone hasn't seen it, go take a look at it. It was a backflip, back heel, all of that stuff. It was amazing. Aside from that, I think I've never seen a team have so many close call penalties go against them. Chelsea did. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I actually felt bad for them because I think this Kuzanov or whatever his name is, guy, keeps getting away with it. He keeps getting away.
He's done it 5 times, Akin, over the past 5 games.
So I think João Pedro should
and we were complaining, weren't we?
We were.
When he did it.
We were.
And everybody said we should shut up. Now Chelsea fans they are crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, but when we told you said we should shut up now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now go ahead now.
That was a disgrace. Now they said it was shoulder to shoulder, but because they didn't push him in the back. No, this guy was in the box.
There were 2 penalties in that.
I know. Game. The other one, it took his legs.
The one on Hato and the one on João Pedro. Both of them were penalties. We've seen them given. See, Akin, shoulder to shoulder is what it is. It is shoulder to shoulder. It's not shoulder to back. It's not. Do you understand? It is shoulder to shoulder. You both get to the ball at the same time, and you jostle for the ball. That is a no call. You cannot be putting hand in people's back or leaning into people when they are ahead of you. It's a foul. It is 100% a foul. It would have, to your point that you always say, it would have been a foul in open play.
Outside
so
the box.
If it's in the penalty box, it should be a foul.
It's a pen,
It's a pen.
So I actually felt bad for the Chelsea kids because I mean, neither team played well. I thought Chelsea played well enough. I can't get over how poorly Chelsea have built and managed their squad. Yeah. Their 2 midfielders are really bad, Yinka. Like Caicedo just keeps accumulating yellow cards and red cards. His disciplinary record
they'll come after you. Caicedo
is really bad, Yinka.
World best.
Okay, so let me put it
world
this way.
best.
Enzo Fernandez without a World Cup is a 35 million pound player, if that. Right? So they paid 70 million more because he carried water for Messi. That's all it is. He has no discernible skill to me.
Yeah.
To put him anywhere near the status he enjoys.
He's slow. He's not tidy. He's not disciplined. He's
not prolific as a scorer. Doesn't give assists.
I can't really pinpoint something that I can say.
It's not a 6.
Enzo is elite at.
He's not.
Nothing, right? You can even say, okay, Caicedo is elite at some things, right?
Something.
I cannot pick out one thing that Enzo is elite at. I'm not hating. This is not banter or anything. Guys,
it's not very good.
Right? I can say Pedro Neto is good at running at players. He's elite at it. What's his name? Cole Palmer is elite at, tight spaces, wriggling himself out. João Pedro, do you understand? We can point out some things that all these guys are good at. Enzo is bland.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
But people are so fixated about, no, this is, he's not. He's not good.
So
anyway, go ahead, Aki.
So those 2 midfielders, Enzo is not good. He's a very, very average midfielder. Caicedo, for me, how do I put? So he went from receiving an education to being elevated into where it would have been in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's an over promotion.
Yeah.
And now he's struggling to keep up with that status. So look at all the red cards, all the yellow cards this season. And it's like, and then between here and the other day, you were joking about who's the leg breaker, who's the racist, because they both break legs. And I saw there was a sequence. No, I'm saying this after saying Chelsea should have got at least 2 pens.
Yeah.
And then in one sequence, Enzo loses his head. And in my opinion, committed 2 red card challenges back to back in the same play. He only got a yellow, but he could have gotten 2 reds. And I'm like, how that rush of blood to the head thing, he keeps doing it. I don't understand this, guys. 210 or 15 million between the 2 of them.
Yeah. And talking about Caicedo, if you put Caicedo in another team, other than this Chelsea team, that have 2 proper midfielders in front
ahead of him,
you will see a completely different player.
Brighton.
the reason why you think his leg break is overcompensating. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And to some extent, for him to have peace of mind, he needs to be a lot more aggressive, right?
Yeah.
Whereas he could have if you had a proper midfielder next to him, he won't be playing this way.
I feel like he's played 2 great games. I don't watch them like as much as I watch Arsenal, but I feel like he's played 2 great games since his signing. It's to me, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing.
And maybe also lack of coaching. I think it's kind of stagnated. Yeah. And they haven't done anything proper in terms of improving his game and his skill sets.
Now you have one of the best 6s to ever do it in modern times coming in to be a coach.
Yep.
I hope he listens. I hope he takes the coaching because Xabi is as good as he gets.
What Xabi is elite at is actually what Caicedo has nothing to do with. I mean, Caicedo has no skill. Xabi can hit the ball, long range passes like no one else. I used to envy Liverpool then. How can you have both Gerrard and Xabi in the same team? These two were arguably the best long passers in the EPL.
Xabi was better at doing that than Gerrard, which is hard to do. Which is hard to do. Yeah.
Xabi Alonso is one of the few people that will hit a carpet pass. Like 40 yards and the ball will be rolling on the grass. I'm like, how does this guy do this stuff?
Yeah.
How does this guy do this stuff? The technique is crazy. It's amazing. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So, how did we get to these 2 guys? Oh,
we're talking about FA Cup.
FA Cup. So, congratulations to Pep. If this is his final season, hell of a season. I believe, is it 20 titles now or 18?
19 or 20. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's a ridiculous
I think
number.
It's 19. If he wins, if Arsenal don't win the EPL, then it will be 20.
If he wins, okay.
I might be wrong, guys. Apologies, but I think that's what it is.
Pep is on a different level. I think the relentlessness of it all, the not giving up on anything because it's too minor. No one cared about the Carabao Cup until he started winning it, and he's won 5 of them. I
still don't care about the Carabao.
That's okay, but he's won 5, and now he's won 5 FA Cups. I think
it is when you people talk like this about the Carabao Cup. That is because Pep gave it significance. Now Carabao Cup is significant. Guys, stop. Carabao Cup, whatever be Carabao Cup.
But those I know, but those are still players is committing, is getting them motivated to show up.
So just to tell you that this thing is rubbish or this whole stuff. By the time they are counting Pep trophies, they've started counting the Charity Shield, right? But then you turn around and you look at Arteta and you say you only won one thing. You've not won 2. Come on, guys.
Don't do what they do.
Charity Shield is Charity Shield. For me, it's not a trophy. Let's stop this nonsense, right? Same thing with Carabao Cup. It is a trophy, but we know it is. Do you understand? Let's call it what it is.
But no one wins 5 of them. Whatever you want to call it. No one wins 5 Charity Shields. Yinka, this is amazing.
So I agree with you. He's relentless. Yeah. He wants to win everything. Leave it at that. There is no, it is Carabao Cup. It is Carabao Cup for a reason.
Yinka,
so leave it at he's relentless. No.
If easy, run them.
But you have the resources too. So let me go back to, hold on.
Okay.
So the midweek game that they played, that was critical to them. That was a major game for them. I'm going to fish out the lineup. Right?
I watched it.
Pep rotated. If the game was an Arsenal game, do you think as Arsenal have the luxury to rotate?
Yinka, I was going to make it through this episode without talking about Arsenal. But every time I try to do that, you pull me right back in.
No. But that's what I'm telling you. So that's what I'm saying.
You had to talk about Arsenal.
Pep. I agree with you. Pep's a genius. Pep is great, right? But Pep also, right, has a bottomless pit in terms of resources. Yeah? Which I hear you. He's not the only person or the only coach that has had this luxury, but he has used it. So it's like that thing really amplified his greatness. Yeah. And I want people to always acknowledge that. Nobody wakes up in January and goes, January last year bought like 4 players. January this year says, who are the best 2 people out of the top 2? And you pick them up. And you're saying he won 5 Carabao Cups. Of course he will win 5 Carabao Cups.
Yinka.
Don't get me angry this evening, no.
Yinka. Do you remember a certain Mikhailo Mudryk? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember a certain club in Fulham paying 100+ million for him?
Yes, I do.
Okay, did Pep do that? Does Pep have any history of buying a Mikhailo Mudryk for 100 million pounds with the bottomless pit that he has? Okay, let's leave that aside. Hold on. I'm not done.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Okay.
We just talked about Enzo Fernandez.
Yes.
Can you name one Enzo Fernandez that Pep wasted money on in his entire career? Just one.
None.
Okay. Let's go to Caicedo, who we think has talent, who we think can play a little bit. Can you point to one person that Pep brought in for 105 million pounds and he has more red cards than good games?
So you know the problem with what you're doing.
You didn't answer. Okay.
You know the problem with what you're doing. You have taken the worst of the class and you're comparing with Pep. So congratulations to Man City for winning the FA Cup. Like I mentioned earlier, they had the luxury of rotating in that Brentford game. I didn't see that coming, Aki. I when I saw the lineup, I was shocked. I was like, really? You know?
Yeah.
But kudos to Pep. It shows you he knows how to use the resources available to him. And the game, Brentford, they had chances.
Yeah.
Kuzanov is walking on thin line. It's too thin for my liking. Yeah. No, sorry, I said Brentford. Crystal Palace. Sorry, it was Crystal Palace. I'm mixing it up. And everybody was accusing Crystal Palace that they were going to rotate against City. Blah blah blah. Crystal Palace, actually, I don't think they should care. Do whatever you want to do at this point. Your number one priority should be the league. I mean, should be the conference league that you're contesting. Yeah. West Ham, Spurs. It seems Spurs, Akin, I know you wanted Spurs to go down, but as it seems they are not going to go down. I think they'll be fine. West Ham lost to Newcastle today. But they scored a contender for goal of the season. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I've seen it.
Very, very good goal. But yeah, now Spurs will have to lose their last 2 games, and West Ham will have to win their last game for Spurs to go down. So Spurs' last 2 games is away to Chelsea, who I believe they've given up on this season already. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they can still make Europe if they win.
There's still a rivalry. There's still a rivalry. Spurs are not getting anything from that game. They're not getting anything.
The last game.
What's the second game?
I think they're going to Everton. They're waiting. Everton is coming to London.
Spurs can still go down. Spurs can still go down. They can lose both. I need them to lose both. But Yinka, I will refer you to our WhatsApp group for my commentary on West Ham. I cannot say it on here. So go and look at what I said about West Ham. Go and look at what I said about them and the name I called them. I'm very, very, very upset.
I saw that.
Because, I mean, you show up like that last week against Arsenal, and now this is what you do at Newcastle? Really? A week later? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to take Nuno down, and I don't like this. And also Spurs. Come on. Okay.
Anyway, so if I had a Bournemouth jersey, I would have worn a Bournemouth jersey today. But this is a Crystal Palace jersey, right? Because I'm either a Bournemouth or a Crystal Palace fan for the next couple of days, in addition to being an Arsenal fan. I believe Arsenal should beat Burnley tomorrow. I believe. And I
If they
think
draw.
Bournemouth.
If they draw, Yinka, if they draw, ha, oh. Okay.
So now you are talking like me. Yo, the roles have changed. When I told you that they need to massage the 9 points to win, you said no. You said no. This is now you are feeling this is squeaky bomb time.
Nah, there's no.
All I'm saying is I am praying that this thing gets sorted midweek.
It's possible.
Because if City fail to beat Bournemouth at that Bournemouth small stadium, and Arsenal beat Burnley.
Why does he have to beat Bournemouth? And
Arsenal beat Burnley. I believe the season is over.
No, the season's over. Yeah.
Season's over.
Nika, we're recording on a Sunday. It will be released on a Monday. By the time people start watching this, Arsenal will be playing. So we don't know what would have happened. But you're right. Arsenal play on a Monday. Because of the FA Cup, City will play their Week 37 matchup on a Tuesday. Because Week 38, all the matches must be played at the same time.
At the same time. Yes.
Next Sunday, the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So it is possible that, and right now the goals difference actually doesn't really matter, right? Arsenal just need to win. They don't need goals difference.
Yeah, anymore. They don't need anything. So, just win out.
Yeah, if Arsenal draw or lose, then it opens up the door for City. That it's very simple. Win your 2 matches, you are champions for the first time in 22 years. So, Yinka, we're wrapping.
Yes.
So I believe this will happen. And you were shocked at Pep rotating. I think Pep rotated because Pep also believes this will happen. Pep believes Arsenal will beat Burnley and Arsenal will beat Crystal Palace and the league is lost. That's why he rotated in the league for the FA Cup. It's that simple. That's it. He's given up, but he can't come out. He can't come out and say I've given up. So he's like, oh, I'm resting.
No, possible, but let me see his lineup against Bournemouth on Tuesday. That would I know that he has given up.
FA Cup is gone. FA Cup is done now. So now, of course, he's gonna try and win against Bournemouth. Bournemouth haven't lost since Arsenal beat them in December. They've won. They're undefeated in 16.
Do me a massive favor, please. Right? Mm-hmm. I think that's the decider. I don't want it to go to the last game of the season away to Palace. My young heart does not need that stress. Bournemouth, do me a favor. Thank you very much.
Historically.
Yes, sir.
When all the Arsenal teams of your youth and of today, what are the 2 days Arsenal plays their best? This is not a trick question. You should know this if you're a real Arsenal fan.
I don't. Please educate me.
Opening day and closing day. That's it. Arsenal don't lose
because there's no pressure. There's
day.
Nothing to win. There's nothing to play for now. That's why now.
You can say that. You can say it's the sun coming out. You can say all of that. Right? You can say all
there's
of
nothing
that.
to play for.
Yeah, it's also
because there's nothing to
fresh.
Play for.
They're fresh. You don't have as much injuries on the last game of the season.
But this time around, there's something to play for. So in case Bournemouth decide to misbehave, Crystal Palace, I'm your fan. Yeah, you know what to do.
So
I'm not being shameful or anything. At this point, now they beg. Crystal Palace. Since Chelsea people say we owe you 10 million if we win league, please just do the needful.
So I was listening to Ars blog. That's my guy, and he had a guest on. And they said, did you see how chummy Pep was with the Crystal Palace players after the game? And they're like, that's how you know it's no longer in your hands. You know, he was being extra nice to them so they can be extra serious and show up against his rivals. Yeah. So I love where we are. Okay. I'm not a fatalist, right? All these people in the press, no matter where we are, they will find a way to make it all about City. And make it a negative for Arsenal. So I would rather be where we are now. I would rather be chased than be chasing. And right now we are being chased.
I'm happy where I am. I am happy.
That's it.
In fact, some people are saying beat Burnley 5-0. I say I don't care.
We don't need to. We don't need to.
1-0 is win. 1-0 is fine.
1-0 is fine.
I don't need 5. 1-0 is okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1-0. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm Bournemouth. Go Bournemouth.
but when I saw that Wolves scored like a scorcher earlier today, I'm like, what is it with all these relegated teams now coming to score scorchers? Well, what are we doing?
So somebody was saying, Palace will play a weekend team. I said it doesn't matter because the weekend team. No, even if they do, I'm saying whoever the weekend team is, what do you think is going to happen? They'll come and play as if it's their Champions League final. That's what we will do. So now the society or the commentariat, like you call them, they are putting so much pressure on Glasner that Glasner should rotate, Glasner should do this, Glasner should do that, and nobody is saying jack to Emery. You cannot. I have not seen anybody anywhere tell Emery what he should or shouldn't do on the last day of the season, because Emery is playing City next week.
Yeah. So that was gonna be my final point. Like, do you know? And it's but Emery is going to City's house.
Yes,
he's not playing at home.
Yes,
so I want to say Emery has pride, but these days I'm not so sure. That he has pride.
The guy that rotated against Spurs.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not so sure.
He doesn't know. See, all he has right now, he has qualified for Champions League, right? It is that final against Freiburg that is looking at. Emery will so play a weekend team. If there's a team C at Villa, that's what will line up on the last day of this. Away. To think of it, away. It's not even at home. I can forget it.
The sad thing is, he can beat Freiburg in his sleep. He can.
That Freiburg side is good though.
Okay, we'll see. We won't get into that right now.
They are good.
We won't get into that right now.
But how they can beat them in their sleep? But it's one game,
They should be able to.
Anyway, let's wrap.
We've gone way over. We've battled tech issues, but we made it to the issues.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay. Let's not depart from our usual. Why don't you take us out and then we'll be done.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Once again, some uptick in our numbers across all the platforms. So we say thank you. Baby steps. We're growing, and we want the community to be bigger. So what do we need? We need your support. We need your help. Like where you need to like, subscribe where you need to subscribe, share the videos and the shots that you see that come across all your social media platforms. Share with your friends. Send us questions. Send us things to talk about. We're more than happy to talk about them. Like Aki mentioned earlier on, the next in-studio episode, we'll probably be talking about topical issues as against running through what has happened in the week, or we won't be doing our usual format of preview and review. So if there's any particular topic you need us to, do a deeper dive into, let us know. We're more than happy to do that. Thank you very much, people. We really do appreciate it. Aki.
Thank you, Inka. Thank you, everyone. This was fun. Go Arsenal. Go New York Knickerbockers.
Yes. Since I'm not your fan.
Go Kiki. Kiki had a career high 25 points. And
fantastic.
She had a third double, I believe, of the season already. She had 25 and 13, Kiki. And 25 was a career high. So I'm really happy to see that. I have not been to a game yet, but I'm working on it. And
Kiki.
We're out. We'll see you next week. Hopefully after, Arsenal have become champions.
Yeah, we will see you next week.
Until then, goodbye.
Bye, people.